Big tech is no longer just building apps. Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Meta, Oracle, and others are pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into the physical infrastructure behind artificial intelligence. Land, power, chips, data centers, cooling systems, fiber networks, and industrial campuses designed to make AI faster, smarter, and available everywhere. The companies that became rich from code are now spending fortunes on concrete. The companies that once promised the digital world would be weightless are now fighting over electricity, water, land, and steel. AI may feel like magic on a screen, but behind every answer, chatbot, image, line of code, video summary, voice assistant, and automated workflow is physical infrastructure that must exist somewhere. The AI race is often described as a race for the best model. Who has the smartest chatbot? Who can write the best code? Who can generate the most realistic video? Who can build the most useful assistant? Who can automate the most jobs? But the deeper race is about capacity. A company can have a brilliant AI model, but if it does not have enough compute, it cannot serve millions of users. It cannot train the next generation of models fast enough. It cannot offer reliable products to businesses. It cannot compete with rivals that have more chips, more data centers, and more power. In the AI era, compute becomes the bottleneck. This is why Microsoft is building AI data centers for Azure and Copilot. This is why Amazon is expanding AWS infrastructure. This is why Google is investing heavily in its cloud, TPUs, and Gemini ecosystem. This is why Meta is buying chips and building massive compute capacity for AI assistants, recommendation systems, advertising tools, and future products. This is why Oracle, OpenAI, xAI, Anthropic, and many others are fighting for the same scarce resources: GPUs, electricity, data center space, and the engineers who know how to connect it all. Because each company is asking the same question: what happens if AI becomes the next major platform, and we do not own enough of the infrastructure? The last major platforms created some of the most valuable businesses in history. The personal computer made Microsoft powerful. The internet made Google and Amazon powerful. The smartphone made Apple and Meta more powerful. Cloud computing turned Amazon, Microsoft, and Google into the landlords of the digital economy. Now big tech believes artificial intelligence could become the next platform, a layer inside search engines, phones, emails, spreadsheets, meetings, advertising, shopping, coding, healthcare, finance, education, customer support, cybersecurity, entertainment, and almost every form of knowledge work. If that happens, AI will not be something people use once in a while. It will become something running constantly in the background of daily life. A normal software product can be copied almost for free once it is built. Traditional software has always had one beautiful financial advantage. After the code exists, selling another copy costs very little. AI is different. Every prompt, answer, image, video model, business customer, and new feature adds more demand and pressure on data centers. The product feels digital, but the cost is physical. Big tech is not just trying to build AI tools. It is trying to build AI tools that can be delivered profitably at global scale. If an AI assistant saves a worker time, the customer may be willing to pay. But if the cost of serving that assistant is too high, the profit disappears. If millions of users generate endless prompts but do not pay enough, the company loses money. If models become more powerful but also more expensive to run, the infrastructure problem grows. So big tech is spending now to solve a future equation. Make the models better. Make the chips faster, make the data centers more efficient, make the cloud more powerful, make the cost per answer lower. Then sell AI to billions of users and millions of businesses. The winners will not simply be the companies with the most impressive demos. The winners may be the companies that can deliver intelligence cheaply, instantly, reliably, and everywhere. This is why the AI spending race looks less like software development and more like an arms race. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Meta are not only competing on products, they are competing on power contracts, chip supply, cloud regions, custom silicon, data center construction, and capital expenditure. NVIDIA benefits because its chips are the engines of the boom. Memory suppliers benefit because AI systems need massive amounts of fast memory. Data center builders benefit, power companies benefit, cooling companies benefit, fiber providers benefit, landowners benefit, even construction firms become part of the AI supply chain. This is the strange thing about the AI revolution. It starts with code, but it spreads into energy, real estate, manufacturing, mining, finance, and politics. A chatbot on your screen may depend on a power plant, a transformer, a chip factory, a water system, and a data center campus hundreds or thousands of miles away, but the risks are just as large as the opportunity. The first risk is demand. Big tech is spending as if AI will become unavoidable, but no one knows how fast businesses will adopt it, how much they will pay, or how many AI products will become essential instead of optional. Experimentation is not the same as long-term revenue. The second risk is cost. AI infrastructure is expensive before it produces profit. Chips have to be bought, buildings have to be built, power has to be secured, engineers have to be hired, cooling systems have to be installed, and the company has to pay for all of this before it knows exactly how much money the finished system will generate. The third risk is energy. AI data centers consume huge amounts of electricity. In some regions, the growth of data centers is already creating concerns about power grids, local communities, water usage, and whether enough energy can be supplied quickly enough. The fourth risk is competition. If every giant spends hundreds of billions at the same time, not all of them can win equally. Some will build too much, some will overpay, some will discover that customers prefer a rival's model. Some may find that open-source AI reduces pricing power. Some may realize that the value of AI flows not to the infrastructure owner, but to the application layer built on top. During a gold rush, everyone believes the future is obvious. Everyone believes the demand will keep growing. Everyone believes the biggest risk is being too late. But sometimes the biggest risk is being too early, too aggressive, or too confident. Still, big tech may feel it has no choice. If Microsoft slows down, Amazon can take cloud customers. If Google hesitates, it risks losing search and cloud relevance. If Meta underinvests, its advertising and social platforms could be disrupted by AI-native competitors. If Amazon falls behind, AWS could lose its position as the default infrastructure layer for startups and enterprises. Nobody wants to be the company that protected margins for a few years and missed the next computing era. Billions for chips, data centers, power, talent, model training, cloud capacity, and the chance to own the infrastructure of intelligence itself. Big tech is not spending $1 trillion on AI because it knows exactly what the future looks like. It is spending because it cannot afford to be wrong. If AI becomes as important as the internet, these investments could become the foundation of the next trillion-dollar era. The companies building the infrastructure today could collect rent on the intelligence economy for decades. But if AI grows slower than expected, if customers refuse to pay enough, if compute remains too expensive, or if the benefits do not match the hype, this could become one of the largest capital spending mistakes in business history. That is the question behind the AI boom. Are these companies building the future, or are they building too much before the future is ready? Somewhere inside the data centers, behind walls of servers and rivers of electricity, the answer is already being calculated. Big tech is betting that intelligence itself will become the most valuable utility on Earth.